Owen, an unsociable 7th grader, meets Maddie, a 9th grader, who tells him about the TV series The Pink Opaque, in which two friends with supernatural powers battle various monsters. The series runs late at night when Owen should be asleep, but once he manages to get around the ban, he does watch the next episode, and from that moment on, his life will never be the same again. Time passes, The Pink Opaque ends and Maddie disappears, but years later she shows up again with the shocking revelation that their favorite childhood show is absolutely real and, moreover, she and Owen play key roles in it. Just by seeing A24's title screen, true movie buffs will immediately realize that they're dealing with not an ordinary movie. A24 is known for taking on unconventional, even experimental projects at the crosshair of several genres and with a distinct author's vision, and horror films have always occupied a special place in this company. It was A24 that in its time released Kevin Smith's Tusk, Robert Eggers' The Witch, Trey Edward Schultz's It Comes at Night and, of course, Ari Aster's Hereditary and Midsommar. Nevertheless, masterpieces do not appear every month, and the catalog must be replenished, and I Saw the TV Glow is such a catalog project, which introduces another promising director and her quirky view of the world, but is unlikely to go down in the history of cinema as a fundamental cornerstone of the genre. However, as already mentioned, here we must first determine what genre we are dealing with, because the movie mixes surreal lo-fi horror, science fiction and a drama about growing up, told in the style of a phantasmagorical parable. What this movie is about is not easy to summarize in a nutshell, but it seems to be primarily a nostalgic existential reflection on the fleeting and illusory nature of life, in which childhood is the most important part. Roughly like Hayao Miyazaki's My Neighbor Totoro told of childhood through a friendship with an imaginary creature, the film's director and screenwriter Jane Schoenbrun gives her protagonist Owen a fictional series called The Pink Opaque. It's a dated show in the vein of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Charmed, that looks like something that would seem vaguely familiar to anyone whose childhood was in the 90s or noughties. But the story takes an unexpected turn when the series ends and the characters grow up. Maddie suddenly shows up again and makes Owen wonder if the world he thinks is real is as real as he thinks it is. This is a very interesting idea, and it is presented here intriguingly and with some very close, understandable longing for the fleeing years, for that genuine sense of the reality of magic, which is fully felt only in childhood, but which still remains as a shining light somewhere inside. Like any auteur movie, I Saw the TV Light can be interpreted in more than one way and gives a huge space for discussion with those who like to dig into metaphors and hidden meanings. At the same time, the picture is almost devoid of arthouse dullness and in some places reminds of Richard Kelly's Donnie Darko, which is very good. Not as wise, not as poignant and not as elegant, but let the new generation have at least such a Donnie Darko than no Donnie Darko at all.